Vixen Season 2 premiere. Now, this was a nice little episode. Of course, they come back. They're doing one, 30-minute episode again. So, unfortunately, all the episodes are still pretty short. I don't, actually, I could be wrong about that. Last season was only, a 30-minute thing. I would assume that they're doing the same thing. So, we're going to have 5 episodes again. Or, I guess it would be 6 episodes. But, we start up with this one. We come back into it. Not much. It kind of does the same thing it did last season, if I remember correctly. It kind of starts at the end, and it's like the crazy action sequence, and we have Vixen going up against this random dude who has the amulet that we actually see in the 2 weeks earlier portion. So somehow he ends up stealing the amulet, which gives him the ability to control fire, and I'm excited to see where they take this. But unfortunately, with it only being what I assume is going to be another 30-minute thing, unless they make it a longer season, we're going to have to wait to kind of see them really utilize the rest of the amulets and stuff like that. And I don't know, maybe the show has to get more popular. I'm not sure. But I guess we'll have to wait and see them, really expand upon this universe that they're, kind of building with Vixen before we get to see the other amulets and stuff come into play. And so I was excited by that. I thought it was really cool. We got the little opening sequence, and then it flashes back, and we get the history of the amulets, and it's like it's like Captain Planet style. It's like fire, earth, wind. It's like spirit, and then there's something else that should be really obvious. Fire, that one. So I liked that. I thought that was pretty cool. I knew about that because of an episode, the last episode that I saw, which is the Shogun episode of Legends of Tomorrow. They actually bring that up, and I didn't know that because I'm like 3 weeks behind is on episode 3. I don't know if that came out this week or when the episodes premiere. So it's either the 3rd week of the show or the 4th episode is coming out sometime this week. So it would have to be like either tonight or probably on Friday, because that's the only day that they don't have a DC show come on the actual CW channel. So maybe that's their little way of making it up. I really don't know. But I'd already heard about that, and initially when I heard that, I thought it was that all the different people were given the same amulet. I thought they were all given the amulet to, for the animal spirit. And so I thought that was pretty cool. When I saw this episode, I was like, oh, it's not the same amulet for these different tribes. Each tribe had a different thing. So these people got this spirit of the animals, which led to the 2 different versions of Vixen that we have, which is the cartoon version we have now, and then Legends of Tomorrow has their own version of Vixen from like the 40s. So we have that amulet. We have earth, wind, fire, and water. I keep forgetting one for whatever reason. And so, like each amulet is actually a different ability, which I thought was cool. And I thought visually it looked cool when they showed like that little clip of the guy like dropping down and he was almost like a ball of fire. I just thought visually, I was like, this actually looks cool. It's like you can tell it's unnatural flames because it's like swirling around and dissipating and stuff. And I was like, that actually looked really cool. So I liked what they showed with that little bit. And then I think, it kind of went into basically an action episode after that. They have, a little bit of exposition where we learn about the, the other amulets. And then, I'm going to say her name's Amara. She shows up and she talks with the guy from the first season who kind of gave her up to her sister. So, she kind of talks with him and stuff. And then she has to go on the call because Cisco calls her. So we get to see Cisco, we get Flash, we get Stein and Jefferson separately, or Jax, because I think he prefers that. So we get them separately, and we get them together as Firestorm, which I thought was really cool. So it's nice to see that. They actually had Weather Wizard in there, so that was a pretty cool way to do it, and it actually ends within the middle of the battle, so I'm assuming the next whole episode, or at least the first half of the next episode is going to be the end of this battle. But visually, I thought it was nice. I think the animation is always really good. I think DC animation has always been, really, really good. But I liked this episode. I thought it was nice. Of course, I wish they were all longer episodes. I wish they were, like at least like 10 minutes a piece or something like that. If it wasn't just like a 30-minute thing. And that's another thing. I kind of wish, with it being only 30 minutes, it's kind of like, what's the point? Like, why don't they just do one nice, awesome episode? And it's like, here's this thing. Like, they make it a season, but obviously it's basically just like, here's an episode counts as a season. So it's just interesting the way they do it. It's like, I don't know why they don't just do like, hey, here's they could just call it special events or whatever. I don't know, but they're gonna be 30 minutes. Just it would just be cooler if it was just like, here's everything. Just watch it and enjoy this chunk of the story. Here's it just call part one, part two, part three, or whatever instead of seasons and stuff. It's kind of the same thing, but I don't know. I'm still excited to see it because I love the animation. I do like the story, even though it's just a little 30-minute thing. I still like the story that they do, and based on them introducing the other amulets, I assume that that's what we're going to be getting for the other seasons, unless they decide to go from this season and really develop more in the live action version of Vixen. Because we have, like I said, the Legend of Tomorrow version of Vixen is from the 1940s, but we also have present day 2016 Vixen, which is this version from the cartoon, and she's also shown up in live action in Arrow before. So they have there's some places that they can go with that because they have two different versions of Vixen, so they both come from this bloodline. One of which, the Legend of Tomorrow version, she knows about the history and stuff, and of course this version now knows because of the first season. So there's a lot that they can really do with the Vixen characters because now they have two different versions from two different eras. They've introduced some extra stuff with this second season, so I'm excited to see where they take it. Of course, definitely want to know what you guys thought about this first episode, so please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, your least favorite parts, and I want to know what you guys want to see from this season. I mean, like I said, it's going to be a 30-minute thing. We could probably expect exactly what's going to happen because they kind of did like they did in the first season, and it's going to be, she's going to end up fighting this guy. That might be like halfway through because I think that's what they did. It was like, that seemed like it was going to be the end, but it was like the halfway mark or something. So my guess is she's going to fight this guy, and she's going to get the amulet and then give it to someone else for protection, and then that'll be the end of the season. That's my guess. But I want to know your predictions for it, and I want to know where you guys want to see the character of Vixen go. Like, we're in season 2 now. They decided to, put at least the other version of Vixen inside the Legends of Tomorrow. So they're utilizing the character, at least in some regard. It's not, like I said, it's not the same version, so it's a little weird where it's like, it's almost like starting one character twice because they have two different versions of her. But I also kind of appreciate that. So I want to know where you guys think this season is headed, and also what you guys want to see from the future of this series in general. So please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.